hello to you all out there in YouTube land. This is Ollie here at Visordown, and I'm bringing you yet more delicious two-wheel goodness to satisfy some insatiable appetites. Today we're talking A2 motorcycles. What is an A2 motorcycle? I think I heard someone say. Well, it's a restricted license, one that affords you a motorcycle upwards of 47 brake horsepower, or has a restriction fitted to models that produce no more than 95 brake horsepower. Why do this? Well, if you upgrade your license from A2 to A, then you remove the restrictor and you can enjoy your purchase as is, rather than buy a new one. It is designed to ensure even the most tentative of riders can still get something from their wish list. And do you know what? You'll be very surprised to learn which models actually qualify as A2 compliant, which is why we have compiled 10 motorcycles here you may not have originally thought to consider. So while your license may be restricted, it can be, wait for it, a license to thrill. We make no apologies for the fact that we like the Aprilia RS660. In fact, we like it a lot. Some may balk at the relatively modest 100 brake horsepower on paper, but in the real world, the RS660 proves power really isn't everything, when the chassis is as nimble as that annoying fly you just can't swat. Bristling with tech that has trickled all the way down from its MotoGP efforts, the RS660 looks and feels like a premium purchase, though this is somewhat reflected in its lofty £10,150 price. Nonetheless, its lightweight frame makes it a doddle to ride with gusto, and if your own frame doesn't lend itself too well to crouching over a sports bike, we expect a more practical A2 660 to be around the corner too. If your license is restricted and you can afford it, frankly no other motorcycle on this list will give you the same A2 legal thrills. Triumph is one of the more active brands when it comes to ensuring everyone gets a fair crack at its motorcycles, with A2 versions for many of its most popular models. The biggest of these is the Triumph Tiger 900, which deliberately produces 94 brake horsepower so it can be restricted if you so wish. Better still, it is available in rally and GT forms, which means you'll be getting a top quality adventure tourer motorcycle with a purring triple cylinder engine that can rough it up with the best of them off-road or munch the miles with aplomb. If you have your heart set on a Triumph but don't spend your weekends pretending you're Bear Grylls, then how about something more sporty with the Street Triple S? While the brilliant RS hogs the limelight when it comes to all things street trip, the S is by no means the booby prize. It retains the RS's sculpted naked design, still sings pleasantly from its 3-pot hymn sheet, and delivers all of the premium attitude you only get with a Triumph. Like the Tiger, the Street Triple S would need to be restricted for A2 compliance, but it will most certainly encourage you to get that A license so you can enjoy it at full 94 brake horsepower glory. You only have to take a quick glance at the sales charts to see how much of a success the Trident 660 is proving to be for Triumph. The British firm's entry into the rather dowdy middleweight roadster market was something attractively styled, built to a high standard, and deftly blending sporting spirit with something usable day to day has made it a big winner with us too. In fact, it's possibly the perfect A2 restricted machine, because that 660cc engine has longer stroke to allow for extra torque in the mid-range. Making it great fun to ride, given you're only restricting from 80 brake horsepower, it'll feel like you're getting more for your money too. Yamaha offers A2 restricted versions for all of its models using the 689cc CP2 parallel twin, including the brilliant Tenere 700, the retro XS R700 and the popular MT-07, while the incoming R7 will also likely get the same treatment. However, if we had to choose one model from Yamaha's broad and accomplished 700 range, it would be the Tracer 7 GT. The decathlete of motorcycles, the Tracer 7 GT is an excellent all-rounder, providing exceptional versatility as a master of all trades, whether you're covering long distances, commuting, or heading into the wilderness for a dirty weekend. If you have to choose, get the GT for 20-litre side cases, a higher touring screen, and a more comfortable seat. Like Yamaha, Kawasaki very kindly offers A2 compliance for its broad 650 twins range, and that means you can get the multi-talented Versys GT and fantastic Z650 on restriction if you so wish. However, since we plumped for the Tracer 7 GT at Yamaha, we're going to highlight the sporty 650 Ninja this time. An easy way into owning a Kawasaki sports bike bestowed with the hallowed Ninja name. The 650 Ninja may not be as dynamically capable as the thumping ZX6R, but there is a reason why the 650 Ninja captures more sales, providing not dissimilar thrills at a more accessible price. We think it looks great and it has a quick turn of pace, so if you have an A2 restricted license but don't want to show it necessarily, a few models in the mid-range are as excellent value. The ADHD kid of the Ducati range, the Hypermotard 950 SP is a bit of a wild child, restrictor or not. If you've got the cash to splash, then you can get an A2 restricted variant of the new monster, the Scrambler 800 and the Supersport 950. With some real Looney Tunes action, we can't look beyond the Hypermotard. Lightweight, frisky and frankly hooligan, the Hypermotard isn't for the faint-hearted, especially if you want something a tad more refined. Recent updates have made the styling a little less haphazard, but there is no denying it stands out amongst its peers in the Ducati range. But really, that's what just makes us like it just a little bit more. BMW hasn't quite taken the plunge by offering an A2 restriction for its ubiquitous R1250 range, but you can get relatively close to that with the lighter weight but still capable F900XR. One of several models that recently had a thorough overhaul, one that ups the tech, broadens the kit levels and tidies up the design, the F900XR rides keenly, is versatile and feels like a quality machine from new. So long as you don't go too mad ticking boxes on the rather pricey accessories list, there is a lot of motorcycle for the money here when the time comes to throw off the restrictor. It may be best associated with its big dressers, cruisers and bobbers, but even Indian Motorcycle isn't denying itself a shot at grabbing a juicy slice of the A2 market pie. Granted, its A2 options are restricted to its smallest model, which in turn does look very diminutive compared to the Scout and the Challenger, but this, the FTR 1200, is by no means a shrinking violet, and even with a restrictor it certainly cuts a dash. It's not cheap in this company at just over £12,000, but the flat track inspired Scrambler crams a lot of thrills into an understated yet stylish package, while that eager riding performance isn't entirely lost when the restrictor is applied. If you can live with riding a motorcycle at only a fraction of its full potential when the throttle is opened, then you can look forward to a humdinger of a bike when the time comes to remove that restrictor. No, your eyes aren't deceiving you. This is the BMW R18. Yes, that's the big booming cruiser from BMW with an 1800cc boxer engine that dreams of long, lazy highway stretches while looking achingly cool with its lashings of glistening chrome. Okay, so we're cheating a little bit here. The A2 compliant BMW R18 lives on the rumour mill for now, but something this random rarely proves to be false. Plus, it was the inspiration for this video in the first place, as we sought to find the most bonkers A2 compliant motorcycles out there. And frankly, they don't come more bonkers than this. But think of it this way. You don't buy an R18 to go fast. It's all about the cruising in the easy lane. So maybe, just maybe, this is actually the perfect A2 motorcycle out there. Time will tell if this turns out to be true, but if it is, as we said at the top of this video, it really proves an A2 restricted license doesn't mean you have to restrict your two-wheel ambitions.